Hey YouTube, it's Mel again. So I was supposed to put this video up a couple days ago, but I feel like I need to pace myself just a little bit more with videos, probably do them about once a week or so, just because sometimes I get really excited and I do a whole bunch of videos and then I post them all at once. And then sometimes things come up and I wait a while. And this way I can maybe have some videos recorded that I can just post once a week during times when I don't really have time to film. So I think probably I'm going to start posting weekly. I'm not sure specifically which day I'll be posting. Just a quick update if you have followed at all. I'm going to be having a medical procedure done on Thursday, which, by the way, today is going to be the night of the super blue blood moon. So this is actually the first time this has occurred in about 150 years, but more on that in a bit. So Thursday I'll be having a medical procedure done, and so probably won't be doing any videos for a couple days around then. So I thought I'd go ahead and post this video today. Now, for those of you wondering what I'm going to be doing for the super blue blood moon, which, by the way, is a supermoon is when you have a full moon twice in the same month. That usually happens about once every year or so. This is actually going to be the second one that we've had in this year. And, well, recently. So, we had one around New Year's. So, it's kind of crazy. But this is different because we're also going to have a lunar eclipse. I don't know why I put that in apostrophes, but basically the lunar eclipse is when the Earth is passing directly through the line of sight between the moon and the sun, and so the gravitational force of the Earth causes the light to reflect differently, causing the moon to appear red. If you look at the moon right now, if you're in the northern hemisphere, it's actually, I think, about 30% brighter than normal and appears about 14% larger from what I've looked up. I did a little bit of research into this. And where I am, which is Central Standard Time, it's going around 5:40 a.m. or so is when it's going to be full-on lunar eclipse. So it's supposed to be red at that time. Right now the moon's pretty bright and it actually has this ring around it, which is kind of awesome. It's got its own aura. Anyways, so what I'm going to be doing for the super blue blood moon is actually, I don't cast a whole lot of spells. It's not terribly witchy. I do the occasional ritual to celebrate the Sabbats and the Esbats, and just sometimes when I'm in the mood to do one, but I rarely actually cast spells. I collect everything that I need to do them, but rarely cast them. I usually only do them for the sake of other people or when I really, really want something, because in general, I feel like I can get most things through my own efforts and means without the aid of magic. I don't want to use it as a crutch, if that makes sense. But for this super blue blood moon, that is a mouthful, I'll actually be charging my new tarot deck, my new rune set, and all of my crystals and all of my jewelry, including my Kin rune necklace, by the light of the moon. And I'll actually be double charging my moon water that I charged during the last supermoon around New Year's. I think that'll be kind of awesome. It'll be charged by the last supermoon and the super blue blood moon. So I think that's pretty cool. Makes it extra potent, I think. So I'm just gonna be charging things by the moon, and I'll probably get up to see the actual lunar eclipse and just watch the moon for a while and probably meditate on that for a bit. I say probably because I do actually have to leave for work by 6:30 in the morning. so I already have a pretty busy and early morning, and getting up earlier to see it is a little bit difficult because I like sleep a lot. But those are my plans for the Super Blue Blood Moon. No rituals or spells or anything, just kind of charging things and enjoying this wonderful phenomena that hasn't happened for 150 years. I kind of feel a little bit like I'm wasting it, but I will be charging all my crystals, my cards, my runes, everything by it, so that'll be good. The next item of business I would like to talk to before I get to the main point of this video. So I haven't decided how I'm going to do my next giveaway. I still need to look and make sure if I said I was going to do it at 100 or 150 subscribers, but I'm at 65 now, and I have decided on one of the items for the giveaway. So for those of you who watched my haul from 13 Moons, you may know that I received the incorrect chalice. I got in touch with 13 Moons. They're super awesome. They're out of stock of the chalice that I had ordered. This one was mislabeled, the one that I got. But as soon as it comes in, they're going to send it to me, and I get to keep the incorrect chalice. And I don't need two, and I have not used it. So, one of the items for the giveaway will be this chalice. It's silver. There's no designs or anything on the actual cup part, but it does have a very ornate handle, and it is very pretty, and I think it's lovely, and it's the same base as the one that I chose, just mine has a design on the actual cup part, but this will be one of the items. I haven't decided on what else I might give away, but I think I want to do a little bit of a package deal. I like to give gifts. So that will be one of the items for the next giveaway that I do. So I'm kind of excited for that, and I hope you guys get the chance to win. I'll figure out how I'm going to do it, because I don't think I'm going to keep the rules the same as this past giveaway, just because it's kind of a lot to keep up with all of those comments. So now the main purpose of this video is actually to review this book. I have recently finished this, and I've started to read this book. So this will be my next book review. But the Modern Witchcraft Grimoire, your complete guide to creating your own Book of Shadows by Skye Alexander. This was a very, very informative book. I recently got a personalized Book of Shadows from Mystic Moon Media, and I absolutely love it, and I've been kind of trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with my Book of Shadows, because I've never actually kept one before, and I've decided to finally keep one, and I found this book, and I actually kind of want all of the books in this series because they just seem really, really helpful, and this really does have an insane amount of information. It's got so many spells to show you. It's got a ton of different ways to suggest that you might organize your Book of Shadows and things that you might include in it, and the purpose of a Book of Shadows, the history of it, and it's just got a lot of information. I'll go ahead and read the back of the book to you guys. Discover the power of the grimoire. A grimoire records your personal journey through the world of magic. It's where you record your favorite spells, chronicle your magical developments, and keep your most treasured secrets. And now, Skye Alexander, spellcraft expert and author of The Modern Guide to Witchcraft, teaches you how to create your own. First, you'll learn the importance and history of the Book of Witch's Grimoire. Sorry, I'm a little bit thirsty. Then you'll go step by step through the process of putting together your very own book. From selecting spells to blessing your grimoire, you will be able to personalize your Book of Shadows and tailor it to your specific powers. With your own grimoire in hand, you'll be ready to continue your journey in learning the craft. Now, this really is a fantastic book. It had so much information. The only critique I would have for this book is that it kind of really does read like a textbook. So if you have a habit, if textbooks can kind of make you a little bit sleepy when you read them, especially if you're tired when you read them, that might not be the best time to read it. I wouldn't suggest reading it before bedtime. I would suggest reading this when you are wide awake. If you like to read books in the bath, as I like to live dangerously and sometimes do, that might be a good place to read it as well, because unless you fall asleep in the bathtub, I don't. So that was a good place for me to read it. I found myself sometimes falling asleep when I was reading it in bed when I was tired, just because it's so much information packed into this book. Like, this is already a pretty decently sized book, but this packs so much information into it. It's kind of ridiculous. So just they had to be kind of straight to the point and matter of fact, which I really like. It makes it very easy to understand. It's not confusing at all. But again, it does read a little bit like a textbook. So just be wary of that if you do decide to get this book, which I do highly recommend it. Just a general idea of what's going on here. Part 1 is designing your grimoire. The introduction is recording your magical journey, and it talks kind of about the importance and why you should keep a book of shadows. Then there's designing your grimoire, which is part 1. It says why create a grimoire, crafting your grimoire, organizing your grimoire, what to include in your grimoire, and preparing to use your grimoire. The second part is using your grimoire. Everyday magic, special occasion spells, solar spells, lunar spells, spells for specific purposes, verbal spells, visual spells, active spells, magical concoctions, working with magic tools, ingredients for spells, symbols and spellwork, dreams and magic, deities, angels, and other non-physical entities looking toward the future. And I mean, this isn't even just about your Book of Shadows. This is about witchcraft in general, and really gives an excellent just overview of everything, and dabbles a bit deeper than some of the Wicca 101 books or Witchcraft 101 books. And it also gives you recommendations of where you can find more information, and I really like that it goes into some subjects that certain 101 books don't really go into, so that you can decide, hey, is that something that I want to learn more about? So I really do recommend this book. It was really excellent. It has given me a lot of ideas about what I'm going to do with my own Book of Shadows, and I think it would be really, really helpful to anybody who decided to pick it up. Again, you don't have to get every book that I get. I've decided that any books that I happen to like, or if you have recommendations for books that you'd like me to read, I might go ahead and check them out. And I know sometimes it's a little bit easier to get someone's opinion on a book rather than just reading the description on the website to determine whether the book would be right for you. And I know the websites don't tell you about the tone of a book most of the time. Like, I mean, if you go to Goodreads or something, you're probably going to find something like that, but that's usually for fiction. So, all in all, highly recommend this book. Tons of information. Does read a little bit like a textbook, so just be aware of that. But I don't think you'll regret it if you decide to purchase it. So, I'm going to eventually own the entire series. I am very happy with it. I've got a couple more of these anyways. And then this is the next book that I'll be reading. Wikipedia, A Modern Day White Witch's Guide. I've already started reading it. I'm not going to tell you any of my current thoughts on it, but we'll see. Anyways, that's all I've got for you guys today. So, like, comment, subscribe. I'll be probably doing my next giveaway fairly soonish. And I do have an Instagram now. You can follow me at _lovelyamethyst_. So, happy super blue blood moon, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and much love and blessed be.